it's Natalie here. Hey, so I wanted to quickly talk about something that has been going on right now. It's been going on for a while, but it's going to expedite and start really coming up into people. And what that is survival mechanism, a survival mode. Now it's going to be accelerating, and that is what they talk about when they talk about people turning into zombies, or, it's not a real zombie the way that we see it. What is happening is we are dealing with the reptilian side of the brain, which we all have. If you look up Obama and The View interview, you will be able to listen to that. It is in the back right here by our brains, like stem right there. And what it is we are dealing with a lot of, anytime you try to talk about something, or even just your presence, if you were at a high resonance at that time and that person is at a lower resonance at that time, a different signature frequency, what you can find at these times, sometimes, especially when you bring things up that are not something that they're used to dealing with, they will lash out. So now we are seeing a lot of people with rage, with anger coming up to the surface, and that is what we are seeing right now. So when dealing with family and friends, it doesn't mean stop speaking out. Do not stop speaking out. Keep doing what you're doing. But we need to be aware when we are in a personal, physical conversation with somebody, or when we're near another person, to be aware of our surroundings. Make sure that you're being aware of what's going on around you, not in a fear-based mode and not in a paranoid mode, but just awareness is a good thing to have. And to be aware of when you're talking to somebody in person, how gauge and try to figure out how they're reacting. Are they handling it okay? When you're dealing over the internet, I would say it's a little bit different. They're not going to be affected as much, because you're dealing with a lot of different frequencies going through there. But like I said, it's still going to affect them. The masses as a whole, more are being triggered, and a lot of them are having to be triggered in ways that their higher selves are putting these events or putting these messages in front of them, and they have that choice in how they want to react to it. And the alarm clock's getting louder and louder. And we will see that in events that are going to be happening around us, which have already, been happening for a while now, but they are going to expedite. They are going to incline, I guess you would say, in the next 6 months. That's what we're looking at. And then we need to be aware when, when we get reactions back from people, whether it's in person or on the internet, to remember that is the fear-based mentality, the survival mechanism, the survival mode, the ignorance of that person not wanting to even look into something. It's just, that's the way that we have been used to dealing with in our genetics, in our programming, in a lot of ways. And so to break this programming as a civilization is really taking a lot of work from a lot of people, but with patience on our side, and as well as, us as being messengers, assistants, as well as we are learning from each other ourselves and from this whole experience from everybody. We also have a lot of patience and assistance. up in the higher realms. So another thing I wanted to talk about is we are in 3D, third dimension, third density, whatever you want to call it, which is called the animal kingdom. And you've got the minerals in the first, and you've got the plants in the second, and you've got the animal kingdom in the third. And so animal kingdom means animal instincts, animal survival mechanism is what we do, because we have to eat, we have urges, we have sex, we have babies, we are all animal based in this realm. And so we are trying to get to the next level of our evolutionary state as a civilization. And so there's going to be people who are going to decide, or who have decided, that that's as far as they were going to go, or if they want to continue the evolution process, then their higher selves will be able to guide them to what they, what's going to be best for that soul at that time. And so we just have to know that that's what was meant for them. But keep speaking out. Don't stop speaking out. This is very important. It's just being aware of that, in person and in places as our frequencies start to raise even more than they are now. We're going to see people react a lot more. And so partly what my job is, and I've been working on this for a while because I knew this was coming, Utah has a lot of programming that needs to be canceled out, in other words, or needs to be another template put over that. And so what I have been doing and been guided to do by the council that I work with is to set up a new template here and act as a holder of space, in other words, and trying to absorb as much as of these energies of programming and fear and ignorance as I can. And I do remember a while back when I did post a certain post on my Facebook, and people did react very fear-based, very survival mechanism, and that was a normal thing for people. So I just figured that it would be something that was important to note, and I will talk to you guys later.